actually. I try and do the jump and then the assets don't load up the same. Yeah. That part is really weird. Unfortunately. My guess is what's happening right here, as in, like, back this side, or... No, you said after the potion. Never mind. Hold on. All around, and then you have to jump. So you're saying you go, like, around this, some of this collision here, and then you end up, like, bumping something? Or you mean, like, you grab it, when you come down, you have to do the jump over the invis wall. Microsoft guy, I say the fearless piece of controllers. Ratio was good. Okay, yeah. So it's kind of explained poorly in the tutorial, but so there's... Let me do this real quick. There's this little gap, or not gap, there's this little dip, like, right here. Let's see. So, like, if I put this on the bottom of, like, most of where the mountain is, there's that piece of mountain that goes below that, line. That little dip, that gap there, is what I'm looking at. So, I aim myself more or less with that. And let me just make a state here. And so I run forward, wait a little bit, and if you just keep running, you'll hit this invisible wall, and it fucks with your camera. It takes some time to get a feel for, like, when you need to jump. So you just, 1, 2, I see I'm stuck, so I jump immediately, and then we're here. If you do, like, this is a thing a lot of new runners do, where you'll hit the wall, you'll jump, and you'll immediately stop. It won't let you turn the camera around here because you're right up against the wall, and so it'll be kind of fussy. I'm surprised it lets me do it here. Regardless. Just keep running for a little bit longer than you think you have to. Because running in this direction, you'll be fine. And then, let's say you kind of get comfortable with your jump timing, you'll see the camera, like, flick like it just did there. That means that you went over that wall. So if I pull up the zone map, this will kind of show us what we're looking at. So, I like to aim myself at... Okay. This is going to be a little hard to see, but if you follow the tip of this bar, there's this streak in the mountain in the back that comes down like this. Just like that. It's a lighter streak. And then really faint, which might not show up on stream, there's this, like, black vein that goes like this. That is, in between those two landmarks, is where I'm facing Tor. So, like, basically right where I'm facing now. You can also say, like, his right ear is on that, like, lighter strip in the mountain. And I run forward to that. And what's going to happen is there's going to be an invisible wall at some point that's going to push me to the right. If I face a little bit more left, say, like, my right ear is, like, in that black vein, and then go forward, you'll see it a little bit better. I'll try to go a little bit slower here. Let's see. Like this. I was a little bit too far to the left, or to the right. I end up lining it up where I don't have to hit the bump there, because it saves me time, because it doesn't dump your speed. I face a little bit more left here, like this. You see that little flick there? I'm still a little bit far to the right, but if I were to work to the side, that loads, what is this called? Outskirts, I think? I'll try and cut it really short. I walked a little bit forward. Another thing you can do is you can line yourself up with, like, the side of this, like, curving skybox plane thing, like this dirt and grass. and walk like that. Let's see if I'll get the movement. I'm not getting the shoves. I'm too far to the right. There's... Okay, I'm kind of against it here. Let's see. Let's say I'm standing here. I went too far to the left. It's a little hard not to hit the thing to show it off. Let me see if I can do it like this. Invisible. Turn. Say I turn like this. Yeah, so I went past it. So it's like right about here is where you're gonna come out. I suck at hitting this invisible, dude. There you go. Okay. So if you watch the cursor here, how it's pushing me to the side when I'm holding straight forward, it's a little bit more left than I've been going, but regardless. It's gonna push you, and the moment it stops pushing you, so like, push, stop. So I'm going just straight forward again, is where you're gonna want to stop. And then turn to the left. Then you have these cones of like... They're kind of like ice cream cones. Let me take this real quick. This is the other... This is the other part where you can end up popping inbounds again. So, if I face too far to the right here, I'm going to end up hitting this collision and going, like, towards the top of the screen, I'll say. And that'll end up sending me in a situation where I hit the loading zone, which is this little yellow box in front of the cursor. And then I'll go inbounds inside of the road there for outskirts. So you're gonna be facing pretty harshly inside that box, which is like those cones there. I usually go between like in the middle of them. And so the wall is still pushing me here. Like I can walk against it and it's fine. When I go forward, at some point that wall's gonna cut out and I'm just gonna start going forward instead of it pushing me to the right. I'll clip the corner of this yellow like box that I'm right up on. There's like nowhere I can put this. There you go. That's kind of decent. I'll clip the corner of it, and then I can either hold forward or like forward left, and it'll stop me from going inbounds. That's probably the other part that fucks up. That was a fat lag spike. So that's what's loading there. And so if I was a little bit more to the right, this is more or less where you're popping in before. It's like up here is where you're popping in. It's a lot of weird collision. Like, there I went a little early, so I got stuck in it, but... That's what that looks like at, like, full speed, like, just sending it. When in doubt, a thing you could do is you could face pretty far out here and go longer than you think you need to. Keep doing this until you're like past this thing above me. So I'm just gonna keep going a little bit. Then turn towards these cones and start going forward. And if you go forward and you're not getting pushed, hold to the left and then back. You see, I'm right against the wall right now. Like I'm not moving to the left at all. If I hold back and left, I'll slowly start coming down and I'll hit that slide. And then we pop up here. That's the other way to do that. You can take it way wider than you need to. It's a little weird. I'm not gonna lie. It is definitely not the easiest thing to get the hang